Why? Oh, great. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Reese added you as a friend, okay. Um, can't race leaving oh wow. Shit. Who Raptor? Raptor, true. But that's still like fucking hell. Ridiculous, well, isn't he? Really awkward. Fatal sister. Mm. Alright. Invite Tom and Jordan. I'm not seeing this as well. That nothing from the same accounts. Some like help to the life. Literally nobody knows what actually happened to me today, what I done. Because I actually fucked up quite badly is what I'm saying. I totally did not hit a wall because Reese frustrated me that much. Oh. Yeah, we're both moving. Right. I'll fight to the lobby. Oh, fuck. I really say that. Why would I do that? Like, are you serious? Why would I even say something like that to him? I ain't low. Apparently, I called his girlfriend, his friend, a whore when I said nothing to him about her. Literally, all I said to him was that she is basically messaging other guys, saying that she's gonna do stuff to them, and I literally said that to him, and yeah, he doesn't like it, so he's got pissy with me because of it. Yeah, because I was telling him the truth, and he doesn't like it. Right, um, so how do you feel about what happened with Reese and like with what you've heard so far? Apparently, no, but he says to me that he's going to murder my family. He tells a girl to message my mum saying that she's going to murder my family. But that's one thing that he's got her to do, so. Hmm. You know what? I just can't be asked. Kick him. That's alright. Yeah, she's meant to, but... Not just YouTube, for God's sake. Yep. Chalkler. Right. Hello guys, and welcome to the Baku Grand Prix here for FORL. I'm here in the commentary box here with Jay Holty. If you'd like to say hello to the... So yes, we are here for Baku. Of course, this is one of the most technical circuits apart from Monaco and Singapore. Of course, it's a technically demanding circuit, as we saw with Jolyon Palmer last season when he finished. Oh no, he didn't. He crashed out because he had a lack of concentration. Hopefully, we don't see any Jolyon Palmer people, any Jolyon Palmer lookalikes, and hopefully we don't see any dirty driving from anybody. Reese. So yeah. As we now wait for the first people to come out of this pit lane. And,
yeah, I'm hoping to see some good racing today. Maybe some very good battle in between. Quite a lot of people. Maybe talking about the track. It's very technical going into the middle of the track. It's very corners, a lot of corners, tight corners, which is not a lot of chance of pass. Selection. And we have a first person out. Who is this?
And it's a Haas. Well,
there is one
person. There is one person that I do want you all to look out for during this race, and that she is one of the she's one of the newest people in the series of this season. And she has been doing very well throughout all of her races, and I hope she does do well like she always does, because she in the past races she has been finishing in either P1 or P2, which is fantastic. And of course her teammate Tom123 for the win is also out in front of her, so it shows how close the team are to each other.
Yeah, these two are very good racers, both of them. Picking up 1-2 podiums throughout the last 3 rounds. Even though they are teammates, they do like to go for battles for them, secure positions for just pure points, as we seen last time out at China.
Yes, because if you remember, during that race, we saw Venexia going from P1 to P2 to P1 to P2 constantly throughout that race, and hence the reason why she got driver of the day for me. Hopefully she can do the same again and impress us as always. And of course we are of course with Tom, not with Tom, with Jay Holty. Of course, it's not my usual commentary partner. Bonnet normally is, and of course last time out we had Tom123 for the win. Not Tom123 for the win, Tom Folks helping me commentate. But of course he's not here, he's at a meeting with his motorcycling. And of course Vinixia just going down the home straight now, starting her lap time. Hopefully she can.
Front wing on track. Oh, it's actually Skull's toxic. He's got no front wing.
Oh. Of course that's what those yellow flags were out
And he's back
for.
in the pits. Oh, when he's hit the wall
Yeah.
going in the pits, that is not good.
Hopefully there's no damage to the car. And of course I am going to be staying on board with Vinixia during her lap. See how well she does to hopefully get P1. And
Currently on
of
board with
course-
Master B Smith here. He's doing quite well. He's taking each apex really well. He's taking each corner well, and he's going to be the first person to set a lap time here. He's coming in the last sector currently. He's just got a few corners left until he gets in the last sector. He's not taking any curbs, but he's doing the right line.
Yes, yeah, he does. The Master B Smith does do good lap times, but what he normally does is not like what a lot of people do. Which is of course take the curbs. But of course there has been a lot of controversy with Vinixia as we know that she is brothers with one of the people in FORL who's in tier 2, which is straight after this at 7 o'clock. So carry on being here on carry on watching this channel to see how they do. And Vinixia gets pole, but then Tom123 for the win beats her by 2/10 of a second. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This is what we love to see with all of our racers. And of course in sector 3 we do have yellow flags, but what for is what I want to know, and it's because of Skullex and I don't know why. I think it's because where the castle section is there might be yellow flags, and of course ELR Normsy looking to try and do well in this race. Hopefully he does not crash out like we have seen before, and hopefully he does do well. But of course we do know the commentators curse like we saw last time out, because I did wish him best of luck, and of course he crashed out like he always does because he's a bottle job.
Out here, actually, I have on board from my point of view. I was actually watching Skull's Toxic, and he went right. He got pushed into a wall by Tom123 for the win.
Yes, that was well.
pushed.
The thing is with that incident, according to Tom, he was on a hot lap, and he did not get out of his way. So of course, Tom lost a bit of his front wing, which ruined his lap, and of course, which must have annoyed him to crash into Skullex, which is not very sportsmanlike, like as we know. So yeah, hopefully he does do well. Do you want? Let's go on board with Oval Dread. Actually no, let's go on board with ELR Normsy to see how good he is.
He's actually quite on a good lap here. He is. I think his last lap was a invalid lap. I don't know. No, this is his first lap. It's a bit slow. And he's coming across the line here underneath the Rolex bridge, and here he comes. DRS is open. What lap time is he going to set? And he sets a 143.
Typical Reese
26
sets a
position.
143, and of course he is not going up there with the P1s and 2 lap times. like he should
Just
do.
remember, he is on a set of softs as well. Being only a tenth behind,
Bear with me.
being only a tenth behind AJC Panda, who is on the super softs, he is doing quite well for being on the softs tyres. I think he's on another lap here, but I don't know because they won't have enough fuel. There is 3 minutes left of this session, or 4 really. 4 minutes left of the session.
Yes. Well, we do have about 4 minutes. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left of this session. Let's say that. Anyways, so with Venexia, let's hope she can do well.
On an outlap
with
for
Tom
her last
for the win.
stint. She's put quite a lot of fuel in as well, so she might be going for 2 laps here for her final stint, which maybe would be a one set of supers, but she has set a fastest lap on soft, so there is enough time there, so she can actually get a couple of tenths out of them tyres compared to the last ones.
Yes, well, of course, with her teammate Tom actually helping her out with actually getting out of her way during that lap time, with her first lap time, actually helped her out. And of course, the lap time that she set, the 1:41.5, was with softs. Now let's see how she can actually do super was last time when she actually got first. And oh my, reset reshots retires like he does in all of his leagues that he does.
Here's Venexia, she's coming to start a lap now. Hey, what's she gonna do? She's going over the line. It's already 211 miles an hour, even before she got the line, and she's going in the first corner. She got 212
miles per hour.
Going fourth gear and hitting the curb on the outside there. She's doing. This is the perfect first sector so far. Hitting that corner, and then she gets the speed on, opens the Euro straight away, and now she's going flat out still. Changes the gears at the right time. Brakes in the third corner. Doesn't get any debris took off her car on that corner, because a lot of people do on there. And she's taking each corner perfectly.
Yes, this is very like
doesn't take any curbs.
She's being very dominant with the wheel.
45.2. That is.
Even though she's a pad driver, I think she's doing very, very well for
she is
what she
1/10 quicker than Tom already, and she's hit the wall slightly bit, I think there.
That might have ruined her lap a little bit, but don't forget that she can still go out for another lap, and I'm hoping she can do a very fast lap like she always does.
Coming to the last corner now. It's a 45.2. Master B Smith, while we were talking to him, well, for next year, Master B Smith has took the pole position, and he's retired from the session.
Fantastic, and he retires. And for next year, coming up to the line, no, she's not going to beat the lap time this time round. She might do it next time.
This is a chance here. Well, let's look over at Tom. He's going quick into that castle section. Takes it really wide, but that's a good line. Trimus is retired.
Well, the thing is,
were the yellow flags butcher his lap? That's the question though. Would they put the yellow flags off? And he goes wide! He's wide, going in the last corner.
This is not very good right now for him, as I'm now going board with Tom 123 for the win to see if he can set a fast lap time. I don't think he will. Yeah, he's backed out.
Let's go on board with Venexia.
And now his teammate, the only one left to do well. Can she beat that 141, that 141.3, I think it is, isn't it?
It's a 141-1 by Master B Smith.
141.1. I think she can. If she puts her heart and soul into it, she can.
Here she comes. She's going much quicker here. She goes to line. She sets it to 140.8. What is
Oh
that?
my god. Hats off
She
to
takes
her.
pole position away from Master B Smith and away from Tom 123 for the win. We're just waiting for Tom 123 for the win to retire now.
That lap that was absolutely amazing.
So the order for our formation, actually I'll do that in the formation app because there is a formation app today.
Yes.
I don't think, has there been a formation app recently? I don't know. The returns quicker by the next year compared to Master B Smith and compared to her teammate, which was 6/10 away from her that time.
We knew that she was fast.
We didn't know if she was
We knew
that
that she was fast, but that was I don't. Of course, you guys can't see this, but I've got a beaming smile because of that, because that was absolutely amazing for her.
She's put her right in the driving seat for this win today, and puts her in more points than her teammate. But just thinking about the points, you could make the Constructors' Championship basically theirs today, I'm pretty sure, because they have been bracketing the points all season between the two of them.
Yes, they have been. So this is why this lap time, this is why this is going to be even more spectacular for her, if she can actually pull off the win.
I think that's an extra point for pole position as well. So
yes, I think it might be, but of course, don't forget that that of course Chloe is now in the session, the second girl.
Oh yes.
In FORL, so she's going to be starting, I think, last. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think she will be starting last. Yes, she is. And Venexia. Hopefully, she can do a fantastic lap time. And of course, look at that, the Master B Smith with a better launch than Venexia. But of course, she's on pole, and Overstretch got disqualified because he must have hit one of the. No, because he was.
These are Sauber, then it's Venexia on pole in the Sauber. We've got Master B in second in the Haas, Tom 183 for the win. Venexia's teammates in the Sauber, Syncreases in the Williams, Ridgeline in the Ferrari, Connor in the McLaren, ERL Normsy in the Red Bull, Trimus in the Mercedes, AJC Panda in the Toro Rosso, Overdread is on the grid still, and he's on the Haas, Skull Toxic, teammate of Connor in the McLaren, and Chloe Players rounds off the grids in last position in the Force India.
So now, this is where, of course, Venexia's heart must be pounding, because she knows that she can do well, and she knows that people believe in her. She knows that people are watching on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel. We're hoping that that this race does not disappoint, that she can do well like she always does for of course for herself, and also for FORL as a whole.
Just remember that tonight at 7 PM it is GP2 around Baku, where you could even see better fastest laps and more racing there. with I think a wider variety of races there as well. And then also GP1 is tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the race.
Also, don't forget that if you are a female F1 driver and you want to get into FORL, just message Tom Battlers. That's just his gamer tag, just Tom Battlers, and he will get you to do a time trial, and
we'll get you signed up for next season. We don't.
Yes.
Even if it is a lower division, the main point of this is to have fun. These are in the lower division, but when you'll see in a second, these will have fun because these are proper racers and they want to race properly. And it's lights out, and away we go here at Baku. Who has had a better launch between these two at the front? And it's Master B Smith has got a better launch, and Phoenix is in the wall. He's lost half a front wing. Oh, there's a huge crash. Phoenix is down the. Phoenix is down the escape route.
Oh no, that's really upsetting to see.
From pole position down the escape route, Master B Smith is in the lead with Tom 123 for the win in second.
I feel like that must have been planned because that seemed like that was unruling contact.
It looked like Sync Recess was actually pushing her down the escape routes.
Exactly, because I was on board with her at the time, and it looked like he was pushing. And the most important thing is that she's still in the race, and that she can still
she has no front wing. That's the problem.
Exactly, so she's going to be.
We don't know what the weather's going to be like here though. Baku, the weather can change quite a lot, as I've in previous races. It's went from dry to inters back to dry. From starting P8, P12 is now up to P8.
So that's why FORL is something that anything can happen in, because of course Chloe, one of the the second female driver here in FORL, and look at what she's doing. The other female, Venexia, is of course in 12th, which is not very nice for her. She must be very upset. But of course, everybody believes in her in the commentary box, like everybody else does. So she can still win. That's what I'm thinking, and what everybody else should think. So yes, well, of course, with Connor X, AJC Panda, and Venexia, and Overdread all in the pit, who will be the better driver is what I'm thinking. And of course, Venexia is in last still, as she went up, and I think it was between AJC Panda, Connor X, Overdread and Venexia. I think they all were involved in the same collision.
Skills Toxic is actually in AI mode here. I don't know what this is about, but he's in AI mode going into the castle section.
I think I know that there was debris on the track because of the accident, because of some of the accidents. But I don't think that will be a good idea to go into AI mode, because if he stays in AI mode, he will not get any points, which will be very upsetting to see if he does do well in this race. And with ELR Normsy, he is also in AI mode, but that is expected because as you can see, on into the pits with half a front wing.
Oh, Dread is in the wall at the castle section. Oh, and AGC Panda spun as well.
This is why we have Fury in online in this
Oh, I
online
know,
racing
Regret's gone.
league, and yes, that is not very nice to see.
We
Let's
see
get
a
him in the
safety car here.
party for a for quick little interview, so we can ask him what happened. And of course, AJC Panda, he went into the wall at the pits. So that moves the next year up into P10, so she's now in the points. Fantastic.
There is a bit of worried faces here for the Haas boss because his driver is now in second place. Tom 123 for the win has actually took the lead here at the back of the Grand Prix, but the Haas driver is coming back through and has got it. It's like he's just let him pass.
He's got it, but can he keep it is the most important question, because we've seen how fast Tom 123 for the win is in straight line speed, and I think he can outpace him.
Let's watch it from spectator view here. And no, he can't get anywhere.
And of course,
now
as we're
Master B Smith does not have DRS this time, going in this corner. Just remember, look at the background of this. Singh is still there. This could possibly be Singh's preferred track here.
It might be his preferred track, but I still think it's very, very bad how he might have crashed out a driver, but of course that will be something for the stewards to investigate. But of course the next set is in P11, P10, with ELR Normsy in front of her. Hopefully he does not crash her out, because that will be very,
well, he is
very,
17 seconds back in front. He's pulling away quite drastically.
But of course he overtook Skylex Toxic, who is still in AI mode, I can confirm. Chloe is in P5. P5, that is absolutely fantastic. She was doing practice earlier on. She was doing time trials earlier on, and this is fantastic. And well, ELR Normsy doing what he always does, trying to dominate, but we never know if he will actually be able to dominate the field. It will be very, very interesting to see though, if he does. So who do you think will win this race though, Holty?
Well, from the current state of it, it's a tough decision because we've got the top three here covered by only 1 second, and that is tough to find out. And Trimus has left the session from 4th place on the grid.
He must have had enough. But if he did have enough, that would be no reason to leave the session though, because he's scrutinised his race in a sense, and I am going to bring him back into the session. No, I can't get back into the session. So, oh my, didn't even notice it, but Reese has has crashed out of the race. Absolute scenes. Let's get him into the party. Let's interview him because I want to know what happened to him. Because of course, this is his league that he should be running. Apparently, that's what he said. So, Chris,
just a quick question here. What was the fault of the retirement?
I did nothing, it was my controller. My controller did this weird thing where it just turned into the wall. There was nothing I could do. It just snapped. There was nothing else I could do.
well, that means that you should
were
actually
you
get
on
a
the
new
pace
controller
there?
then,
Do you
because
think you could have got anywhere
Yeah,
from
I
the
was
position
catching
you were in?
corner quite easily.
I know. Well, I
sounds-
don't believe
Yeah.
I'm actually saying this, but
you know, we're going to my
Chloe
favourite track
plays
next week,
X.
Bahrain. So that should be more of a track that I should have the pace round to challenge the front runners around there. Then head to Abu Dhabi. So yeah, the next 2 races are hopefully a month.
What positions do you think you're going to be gaining from them future races from the times you set around here?
Well, Azerbaijan, on my quality lap I had a problem with my controller, so my lap was a bit messed up. But Bahrain's my strong track, so probably, I wouldn't say pole for Bahrain, maybe top 3, maybe top 5 around there, and especially top 5 around Abu Dhabi too.
Sounds very good. I hope to see you be even better next week for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Alright mate, cheers.
I don't believe I'm actually saying this, but X Chloe Plays X is in P2.
Oh, that is after pits as well for some people.
Yes, but P2 for Chloe is absolutely amazing. Right, so that is actually fantastic to see how well Reese has actually done in this race, because of course he's apparently one of our best racers. That's what he has claimed himself. He's proclaimed himself as one of the best racers in the league, as we can see by where he is right now, DNF'd. But of course, X Connor X is did set a fast lap time whilst the interview was going on. But of course, in that McLaren Honda powered in the Honda powered McLaren, I'm actually surprised that he managed to set that lap time. If he actually didn't have if we didn't have equal cars on. But of course, Racing Line sets a fast lap time. Master B Smith is in the pits. If Syncrease pits, Chloe will take pole, possibly. Is all I'm saying. She could possibly take pole, and Venexia in P7. And Raging Lion doesn't seem like he is actually pretty close to her right now, so she could take that pole position. So, you'd like to do a bit of solo commentating?
No, I've just noticed this. Master B Smith has actually pitted again.
That is very interesting. So if you'd like to do a bit of solo commentating, you can. At this moment in time.
Well, after pit stops, Chloe Plays is now right behind Venixia. She is actually catching her up. She is actually catching her up. That's a. It's usually I only say he, because I don't really commentate over this group. There's not many people. There's not many females in other groups. Well, here she comes. She's actually going to be in DRS zone in the next DRS section. It's down to 1 second, and she's still catching up. Yeah.
So, of course, with Venexia in P6, she could, theoretically, in 16 laps, she could, if she tries her hardest, she could get into P. She could get into the podium.
The wall. Oh, Chloe.